Hi everyone. In this session, we will learn how we can get the past meeting participants. Okay. So in the last session, we have successfully got the how we can get the past meeting details either using the meeting ID, an integer or long number, and another way using the meeting UUID. Okay. So in this session, we will learn how we can get the past meeting participants. Okay. So for that, we first go with that. We must be first create an endpoint called write, and we if I name it API/Zoom/past meeting. Okay, and we say participants. Okay, and we pass the ID. Okay, and we find the request handler. Okay, and before that, we must be define a helper function inside the Zoom helper. We name it past meeting participants. Okay, so we say async and we pass here. We need to pass meeting ID. Okay, and we also pass the next page token and also participants. Okay, so we say that participant will be in the first request, those will be an empty array. So why I am implementing that thing? So I'm just mentioning right now here. So let's suppose we are requesting a meeting. Okay, so let's suppose I'm just taking an example. We are requesting, this is a past meeting, and we are requesting the participants of that meeting, and the participants are the number of participants is greater than 300. Let's suppose the participants are 350. So that means the Zoom have a API request page limit. Okay, so Zoom only can max return 300 records. So here is 350. So for remaining 50, what we can do, we apply a recursion. Okay, we just call the same function that we can get all the participants which have participated in the requested meeting. So that's why I'm just going to setting the next page token and participants as an array on the default request on a first initial request, and then I'm keep looping with that, and then we will apply the logic and send back all the participant list. Okay, so first we build the past meeting participant URI. So we say https api.zoom.us/v2, and we say past meetings, and we just pass the meeting ID. Okay, so that meeting ID will be integer long number or maybe a UUID. So we must be encode that. Okay, double encode. So we say meeting ID. I think we another time. So we say meeting ID, and we also bind the parameters. So we say page size max 300, and we say the next page token, we pass the next page token. Okay, and that's it. And we just need to request host data await access, and we just configure that, just pressing URL past meeting participant URL, and we say method will be get, and headers we say authorization and bearer, and we just need to copy and paste. So C, Control V. Okay, and then response. So we return the response, and we catch the error So we say gauge error, we return error, and we return. Okay, so we see here if the data, okay, and data dot next page token. Okay, then what we can do, we just need to first participants dot push. We say data dot participants, okay, and we request again. So we say here that return. I think so. We just call it, let's say, participants. Okay, so we pass same meeting ID, data dot next page token, okay, and participants. Okay, and we need to say const result and await. Okay, and we just get the data. So we check here if result dot data and result dot data dot participants. Okay, then we say here participants dot push, and we add result dot data. Okay, and we also need to find result dot next page token. Okay, so we find if the next page token is there, then I think we must be, so we keep looping, we request this, and we will navigate back. Okay, I think so. We just directly return that thing from here. So we see here return, okay, and at the bottom we say participants. Okay, we return from here participants, and we must be add. We say participants dot push. Okay, so we add data dot participants. We just need to find that data and data dot participants. Okay, then that thing will be applied. Okay, so let's understand the logic. So let's suppose on the first request here we have a, we must be sure we have a data set. Okay, so inside the data we have a next token. Next token means the data is still greater than the records of 300. Okay, that means the next token is available. Then what we are going to do, we are just pushing already data, okay, data participant to the participant array in this array. Okay, and then we are requesting once again, okay, requesting with the same meeting ID, next page token, and participant list. On the next request, when this next token will be available, okay, let's suppose the participant will be 350, And on the next time, in the first request, we have about 300, remaining 50 are going to be pulled in this request. So in this request, we have a data, okay? And now, right now, when we are checking here data.next token, so next token will not be available inside the data. Okay, that means we are inside this check. So data.participants, and we are going to push the participants inside the array, okay? And we are returning back the participants, and this will be returned back to the first request, and we are keep a return back where we have called. So this is the logic using the recursion, okay? So we just first export that from here. So we say past meeting participants, and we import that from here, from past meeting participants, and we call it late participants, and we say await past meeting participants, and we just need to call, we just find the request dot query, okay? If request dot query is there, then we just pass request dot, say request dot query, and then we just pass request dot query dot UUID, and neither we just pass request dot params dot ID, okay? So in that way, we will get that return response dot JSON, and we say participants, okay? Just format the code and start the API. So npm start. Let's navigate to localhost 44,000/API/zoom/surprise. Okay. Accept cookies, just log in, sign in, and we just need to copy this endpoint, I think. And then we go and navigate. So we are successfully authorized. Now we have say localhost 44,000 API participants, and we pass the meeting ID, okay? So we can get the meeting ID from in the trigger requested. So local host API Zoom/past meeting. So here we have a past meeting, and we just give the copy the meeting ID, and we just paste that here. And we must be place a breakpoint inside the helper. So we see that if there's any error or we are getting response successfully. So hit enter, and we are getting the error. So it is mentioning that 404 not found, and Zoom https api.zoom.us v2 and meeting ID. Oh, so we must be have here endpoint participants, okay? And then we have the parameters, okay? So control C, and npm start. Price, and now just let's send the request. We still got the error 400, and this data is only okay. So right now it is mentioning that this API is only available for the paid account. So I have a free account. I'm hopeful that this implemented helper will work successfully. Okay, so if you have a paid account, then you can just copy the code and hit the request. Okay, hopefully you have got. If you are facing any issue, then just ping. Okay, hopefully you have got the answer. Whether I share your email address either on WhatsApp. Okay, please. Bye bye.